The path you've been told leads to wealth is actually a treadmill. Work hard, save small, retire at 65. That's not a plan. That's a delay tactic with a suit on. The Millionaire Fastlane by MJ DeMarco doesn't just question the rules, it exposes them. The book breaks apart the traditional model of getting rich slowly and shows how most people are walking straight into a financial dead end with a smile. It doesn't promise easy money. It promises speed for those who are willing to think differently and act deliberately. The wealth lie we've all been told. DeMarco starts by explaining how society conditions us to accept a slow and painful road to wealth. Go to school, get a job, save for decades, retire old and tired. He calls this the slow lane, and it's the default script most people follow. It's presented as safe, responsible, and proven. But the truth is, it's none of those things. It trades your time and freedom for a vague hope that maybe, one day, you'll get to enjoy life. Meanwhile, the best years pass by. You give your energy to a job that doesn't belong to you, and you place your financial future in the hands of market returns and pensions. DeMarco's message is simple. Waiting for wealth is not the same as building it. The 3 roads to wealth. DeMarco describes 3 financial paths. The sidewalk is financial chaos. It's the person who spends recklessly, relies on credit cards, and lives beyond their means. They chase instant comfort and don't plan long term. This group may seem like they're enjoying life now, but they're setting up a storm they won't survive. Then comes the slow lane, which is smarter but still flawed. Slow lane thinkers save diligently, invest safely, and follow all the traditional advice. They're patient and disciplined, but their plan has a major weakness. It depends entirely on time, a lifetime in fact. Retirement becomes a finish line so far away, you might not reach it with your health, let alone your youth. The fast lane is the 3rd road. It doesn't wait, it builds. Fast laners use entrepreneurship as a vehicle to create scalable income. They don't rely on raises or the stock market. They build systems that work without them. They understand that wealth is not just money. It's time, freedom, and control. While others are busy hoping for long-term returns, fast laners are designing businesses that grow rapidly, serve more people, and detach income from hours worked. This path demands effort, yes, but effort that builds a foundation, not just a paycheck. The slow lane trap. The slow lane fails because it delays life. You sacrifice your best energy now in exchange for a theoretical payout much later. You don't control the timeline. You don't control the outcome. You're depending on compound interest, job security, and decades of perfect health. And if anything goes wrong, such as a market crash, job loss, or medical issue, the plan collapses. You spent your prime years budgeting vacations and counting sick days, only to arrive at retirement with just enough money and not enough life left to enjoy it. That's not wealth. That's endurance. The fast lane mindset. DeMarco's fast lane mindset flips the script. It's not about trading time for money. It's about creating value that multiplies. It's not about working harder. It's about building smarter. He explains how you can build something once and get paid many times. That might be a digital product, a software business, a service with a strong back end, or anything that can scale beyond one person. The goal is to create leverage. Time stops being the limit. You're no longer stuck in the cycle of working more to earn more. Instead, your systems do the work, and your value spreads wider and faster than your schedule ever could. The wealth equation. To make this real, DeMarco shares a new formula. The old formula was simple. Job plus savings equals wealth. That sounds neat, but it ignores risk, inflation, burnout, and life itself. The new formula is clearer. Wealth equals net profit multiplied by asset value, multiplied by time control. Every part of this matters. You need a business that earns money. That business must have real value, something you could sell, scale, or automate. And finally, you must own your time. Without that, even millions in the bank mean little. You'd still be trapped in a job, just with nicer furniture. Another way he breaks it down is this. Wealth is the product of how many units you sell, the profit per unit, and how independent it is from your daily effort. If you're selling your time directly, your limit is always 24 hours. But if you build a system that sells to thousands, even when you sleep, the math changes. You're no longer earning from your presence. You're earning from the machine you built. The 5 commandments of Fastlane. The Fastlane isn't just about speed, it's about structure. DeMarco outlines 5 rules that separate winning businesses from hopeful experiments. He calls them the commandments of the fast lane, and they act like a checklist for real entrepreneurship. First is need. Your business must solve a real problem. If it's just about you or your passion, it may feel exciting, but it won't necessarily create value for others. Second is entry. If it's too easy to start, it'll be too crowded to survive. You want barriers, things that keep lazy competitors out and force real innovation. Third is control. If someone else controls your platform, pricing, or access to customers, they can pull the plug at any moment. Fastlaners own their roads. Fourth is scale. Your idea must be able to reach a large audience. Local, one-to-one businesses rarely scale fast enough. And fifth is time. If you must be present to earn, you're still in the job trap. True Fastlane businesses separate you from daily operations. Each of these commandments forces you to think bigger and plan smarter. Miss one, and you might still grow, but slowly. Miss several, and you're probably in the slow lane with a flashier logo. Wealth is built, not waited for. The biggest myth DeMarco destroys is that wealth comes from luck or genius. He insists it comes from choices. Daily choices that shape habits, beliefs, and action. Most people avoid entrepreneurship not because they lack ideas, but because they're trained to fear uncertainty. The slow lane promises comfort. The fast lane demands discomfort for a short period, followed by freedom. Most people never make the trade. They stick with predictable misery instead of temporary struggle. But those who do, those who commit to solving problems, owning systems, and building value, break free from the cycle that traps millions. DeMarco doesn't pretend this is easy. He just shows it's possible, and he's right. Passive income is real, but it's not passive to create. Systems are powerful, but they take focus and discipline to build. Fastlane wealth isn't lottery money. It's strategic freedom created by effort directed in the right way. At the heart of all these lessons is one core idea. Wealth is not about hoarding, it's about building. It's not about waiting, it's about acting. It's not about saving scraps from your paycheck for 40 years. It's about designing something that creates value on your terms. That's the Fastlane mindset. You see the world not as a marketplace to survive, but as a playground to shape. You don't just work in the system, you build one. Wealth doesn't happen to you, it's built by you. The road is there. You just have to start driving. If you're ready to get rich the fast way, check out Millionaire Fastlane by MJ DeMarco using the Amazon link in the description. It helps support the channel, and more importantly, it might be the best investment you make all year. Thanks for watching, and as always, keep growing, keep learning, and take control of your future.